この学校はたった一つの問いから始まる。あなたはどんな大人になりたい？その答えを誰よりも一緒に探し続けてくれる場所、ストーニーブルックスクール。ここは人格教育を本気で掲げる学校。ストーニーブルックの教育は一つの信念から始まる。キャラクタービフォーキャリア。立派なキャリアよりまず立派な人間であれ。100年以上変わらないその理念は、すべての授業、すべての寮生活、すべての人間関係に息づいている。ある生徒はこう言った。ここに来て初めて自分の価値は成績だけじゃないと気づいた。誰かの役に立つ人に育つこと、それこそがストーニーブルックが目指す教育なのです。
Choose one. Wisdom, imagination. Both are valuable. Both are things we want our generation to have. But sometimes we find ourselves splitting the world into binary choices, one or the other, thinking we have to choose between being grounded or taking flight, not realizing that wisdom and imagination need each other. For imagination without wisdom can be impulsive, and wisdom without imagination quickly becomes dry. So what happens when education cultivates both equally? When we follow the model of a creator who both imagined form out of void and put wisdom into words. The Stoney Brook School believes that when wisdom meets imagination, it produces great vision. And the world needs great vision. Innovation is happening so quickly today that it keeps outpacing itself, and we don't always have the eyes to see whether this is good. Our values get shaped by what's expedient instead of what's true. We want to be a generation of leaders with the vision to see the difference and the character to see beyond.
I'm learning to see beyond my own needs to how I can serve others.
I'm learning to see beyond just taking classes to the opportunity of finding new passions.
I see leadership as an opportunity to love people and to help them grow.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what job I'm going to have in the future, but I know that whatever's coming, I'm going to be confident and ready for it.
I'm learning to see beyond answers to the questions behind them.
I'm learning to see beyond my own culture to a bigger understanding of the world.
I want to help my students to see beyond even college and to see 10 or 15 years into the future into who they can be.
At Stoney Brook, we're learning to bring wisdom and imagination together to create great vision. Because at the core, vision is an act of faith, requiring both wisdom to know the greatness of God and imagination to be open to His calling. vision that puts conviction into motion and gives structure to a dream, that both chases and stands ground, that develops both the skill sets and mindsets for jobs that don't exist yet. Vision that accelerates, vision that serves. So, if we ever think we have to choose just one, wisdom, imagination, we will have the vision to see beyond.
John Carson and the original founders ran the Stoney Brook Assembly. All of a sudden it dawned on them, we've got this property. Things are moving after World War I, and we're only using it for 2 months out of 12. What are we going to do with the rest of the year? Let's have a school. Nobody even thought twice then. It was either a boys' school or a girls' school. Let's have a boys' school. Who's going to run the school? My grandfather, Arnold Gabeline, was on that group. Oh, I've got a son who graduated from NYU and is taking his master's at Harvard. Oh, he'll do it. That's literally how things happened then. There are no accidents in Providence, and that's how they got the right people. It's that simple.
He anticipated 100 in the opening. He got 27. From 4th grade to 12th grade.
At some level, we've been in over our head for 100 years. We've required divine intervention and divine help in many different epochs and eras of the school. Starting a school at the age of 22, I mean, his faith had to be pretty strong, and it certainly is the thread that goes through all of the history of Stoney Brook.
My father, he had gifts. He had trained to be a concert pianist.
But he went to Harvard as a backup, just in case the concert career didn't develop. Where else can you find a man who writes a novel about chess, a mountaineer, a theologian?
If you look at some of the things he's written, Christian Education in a Democracy, 1952, is the seminal work on what a Christian school should be.
An athlete, a scholar, a writer, but he also had a heart.
He had confidence that God was leading him into this process. He had a great belief in the practical grace of God.
He prayed for every student by name every day.
The founding headmaster had an index card with every student's name written on it, praying for the faculty, praying for the kids. And I mean, I just don't think we even understand the depth of that covering and blessing that comes from a life of prayer.
And he's the one that coined the phrase, all truth is God's truth.
When I first went to Stoney Brook, basically what they had was Hagman Hall, Johnston Hall, and Hopkins Hall. There's a little sink in the corner, no stove, no refrigerator, no anything.
We did not advertise. Anything basically was word of mouth. The school's constituency matured to where it had the capacity to give back to Stoney Brook. In my academic 6 years at Stoney Brook, I never heard anyone give any statement defining character. But when I finished, I knew what character was, because the people who ran Stoney Brook, worked at Stoney Brook, lived character. They modeled it.
If you read the writings of Frank Gabeline, his vision was that you mold people here and send them out into the world.
My name is Tiffany, and I'm a Brooker.
My name is Lemuel, and I am a Brooker.
我是 Victoria， 然后我在实习中学上学。
Character before career. I mean, this is something that the school is founded on, right? Has existed 100 years, but it's incredible that more than ever in this current environment, people are talking about the importance of character and character education.
It is everything you do. It's not just the big things, it's the little things.
What does it mean to be a Christian in practice?
It's a model for life, not just a model for Stoney Brook.
Pursue beauty and truth and goodness and justice and all of those values, right, that we embrace.
One of my favorite parts about being the chapel prefect has just been to get to know students and like where they are and not pressure them into anything, but just to show them the love of Christ tangibly.
Putting your values and your morals at the forefront of everything that you do is what's most important in every season of life.
Stoney Brook is in that kind of elite of secondary education. Most private schools, they view that kind of education as a passport to privilege. Stoney Brook sees that as a passport to service. That's why its motto, character before career, sets it apart.
Athletics play a vital role in the school, and they have since 1922. But I think Stoney Brook's always done a good job of setting athletics in their proper place. Let's give them that opportunity, but let's make sure that it's all done under the aegis of our mission.
I'm carrying the banner for Stoney Brook, that character before career had to not only manifest itself in my life, but also out on the basketball court. As a person who came from New York City, it was a dramatic change for me. Oh, and this was a changing point in my life as well.
You've learned how to win well, you've learned how to lose well, you've learned how to persevere, you've learned how to sacrifice for your teammate. It's made you into a better person.
Christ is all about celebrating diversity and celebrating how through diversity we can be one. And that is Stoney Brook to its core.
I was at the school during the 60s and 70s, and that's when the country was changing remarkably, radically, and times were changing, and Stoney Brook was changing with it.
People, I think, were just waking up to the fact that it was a different, wider world.
Dr. Gabeline, was very involved in the Selma March, the Civil Rights Movement.
I think of Lockerbie and Hanchett and some others, and nice people, and really tried to go out of their way to do the best they could to help us as students of color.
The transition was much smoother because of the teachers that were here. And Miss Wyatt was our 9th grade Bible English teacher, and she was such a loving woman. Mr. Hostetler and Mr. Treichler was always there encouraging me.
Bringing in the first Clark Scholars and bringing in enough students of color to begin to truly change some of the nature of the school.
But nothing happens if you don't have the right people.
I attribute a lot of that to Peter Hale and Don Gabeline.
So I tried to get as many outside preachers, and we would go out to East Harlem and talk to a church, get to know those students.
I mean, he took risk that a lot of folks wouldn't take.
Those first dozen black kids, they were a game changer.
And that was important for students to see other kinds of people from different kinds of backgrounds.
There are other ideas out there, there are other ways of living, there are other decisions you can make.
How do you maintain your identity as Stoney Brook, but at the same time make room for these other cultural realities that come into your place? That's hard to do. It is. Carl, he would say, I'm doing the best I can, but I know there are blind spots, and I wish I didn't have those blind spots. And when Carl says that, I trust it.
I just wanted to praise students who were able to live through what we challenged them with. It was amazing to me. They were not only smart, but they were people of character who could handle the responsibilities we gave them.
my prefect position is equity and inclusion. Making sure the campus is diverse, more than we realize, is going to be really important for us when we leave Stoney Brook.
It's just a way of expanding your worldview and sharing your own perspective. So I feel like it's a very magical study environment.
Just being on this campus, sitting at lunch, sitting at dinner, on the playing field, rubbing shoulders, being with, rooming with people from all different parts of the world.
To have the school truly commit to diversity and go co-educational was probably two of the most important strategic decisions that the school had ever made.
Some of the major colleges in the late 60s, Yale first, then Princeton, went co-ed. I thought it was great. I called 5 of the senior faculty: Marvin Goldberg, Floyd Johnson, Don Marshall, Carl Soderstrom, Peter Hale was the last one, the backbone of Stoney Brook. I'm asking you all one question. Why shouldn't we think about turning this school co-ed? They thought long and hard, and I didn't get one objection. We started with 30 day student girls. Best thing that ever happened to the school.
Well, the whole student body thought it was a good idea, except the 7th grade. My son was in the 7th grade at the time. They voted no, we didn't want girls in the school. They changed their minds later.
All of a sudden, the boys wanted to stay around the table to help set up, which previously they had never done.
I'll tell you, from being a student in the old boys' school to when it became co-ed, it became a better school.
Inclusion, diversity, what does that mean? In the kingdom of God, I'm gonna love you for who you are, period.
In fact, Christ made us different, and yet we can be one and one school and support each other and love each other. And I just think that's who Stoney Brook has always been.
You have this component of unity where everyone should be a person of character, but then of diversity, no one person is the same. And Stoney Brook sort of blends that in a way of bringing your talents to the foreground and really raising up leaders. I think everyone here really comes out of the school being a leader, whether they're in a position or not.
The proper interpretation of our faith should lead us to be countercultural and should lead us to be bold and take bold stands. It is vital to have a place like Stoney Brook, in my view, that is inculcating that.
I was at Stoney Brook for 45 years and worked with 7 different headmasters. Each has their own style of leadership, but they were what was needed by the school at that time. No favorites. No favorites.
My entire life growing up at Stoney Brook, from a young faculty child to even a student there, I was asked almost every day, well, when are you going to take over after your grandfather and father? When are you going to do this? And I was like, no way am I ever going to do this. Because I knew how hard my father worked. I saw how hard these faculty worked.
He felt a calling from the Lord.
Was this the place that I remembered it to be in terms of a dedicated faculty? Was this new generation of faculty committed the way I saw the Floyd Johnsons, the Pearson Curtis, the Carl Sodersons, the Bruce Lockerbys, my father, the Don Marshalls? In short, they were.
Rob Gustafson came in, he understood that to have a viable, sustainable school, it was important to have balanced budget.
He made that campus the beautiful campus it is today.
I think Josh Crane is absolutely the right man at the right time for the school.
You can have great administrators, you can have great facilities, you can have great programs. But at the end of the day, the quality of a school, the excellence of a school rises and falls on who is delivering instruction in those classrooms or who is supervising in those dorms. And Stoney Brook has always been a place that attracted master teachers, but it's also as physically taxing and demanding. We carry it with us. People are drawn here missionally. It's resonating deep within inside of them. This is not just a job.
Feels good to be in a place where that you can use what the Lord has wired you for.
It's the fullness of life right here in our midst, navigating through it, working together, living in community with all of its blessings and all of its challenges.
A lot of my classmates still say, Tonya, when are you going to, go somewhere else? And I said, if and when the Lord calls me, but I'm having so much fun.
Profess to be a teacher, you had better be a learner. There's nothing about world history, there's nothing about trigonometry as important as the student who is trying to master the subject.
We were dorm parents when we first got here. We lived in the dormitory for eight years, trying to parent, be kind of a
teenagers, parent infants.
Right, yeah. So we had our own sort of little ones at home, and then these sort of big boys kind of down the hall.
Just a high level of trust in this community. We have a student who walks our dog 2 days a week, and there's just a high level of interaction. I also think it's super cool that there are like 50 faculty children here, and so these kids have built-in playmates and friends.
Part of the rhythm of the school that you would eat together.
Breaking bread, sharing a meal, it's so important actually in saying, I know you. I consider you sort of part of my family.
It was so great to just be able to know that students were going to be caring and patient and loving to these little ones kind of running around.
They're not adults yet, so we're their parents. And
Mrs. Davey, my anatomy teacher, she was like, why don't you come stay over at my house for a night? And we ordered pineapple pizza from Domino's, terrible though it was, and hung out, and I hung out with her daughters and listened to Taylor Swift and slept over at her house. And being away from my parents and having someone willing to do that for me was so, it just blessed me so much.
Whereas different places, it might be like, oh, this is school. This place feels more like life.
Being around faculty that were so encouraging.
I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. The first person that made me actually believe that I could do it was definitely Mrs. Tejan. She said, oh, I can see you doing that. I never really told somebody something, and they have told me, oh, I can see you doing that in the future. And so that just gave me I guess some kind of confidence, and I've actually decided to pursue it because of her.
Having Mr. Ramirez as a teacher and seeing how he created a safe space within the arts for students to feel like they belong. I love that I've been able to grow my passion for theater here.
You are demonstrating your love to God's image in these students.
My name is Laura Carey, and I am a Brooker.
我是宋厚宁，我是 Brooker.
My name is Bobby, and I'm a Brooker.
Best kinds of schools, in my view, are somewhat future tellers, right? So they're thinking about not just how the world as it is and what kids need at this moment, but they're also doing their best to look into the future and say, this is the way in which the world is going, and we've got to be sure that we're equipping kids for that world.
He has this next level vision. He wants to broaden the opportunity through the Gravitas program.
Where we really take the time to listen, to lean in, to hear students' perspectives. That same kind of belief about children, that same kind of interaction, that same kind of pedagogy can be replicated in an online format.
This will be on a whole new level of being able to do that and reach kids who never could travel here.
We don't have to be limited by our space here or even proximity in New York. This could be global.
I don't think it's any accident that we are starting Gravitas in this, our 100th year. This is a broken world, and we want to be part of the healing. We want to be part of the restoration of all things, and we think Gravitas can be that.
It's amazing. It really is God's school.
It's like the Hippocratic oath that we take when kids come here. We're going to love your kid. We're going to know your child, and we're going to love your child. That's the commitment that we make until they leave here.
What do you wish for SBS in the next 100 years?
The foundation we have now is obviously a very, very strong one, and to uphold the model.
The community here just continues to bloom and growing together, knowing God more and loving each other in that.
I want Stoney Brook to be a place where more than ever students to have a place where they can be heard.
A school known first for its community and for the love that we have for each other before anything else. If we can accomplish that, we can accomplish anything.
Remain constant and change.
We believe character is indeed destiny. So to stay fast and hold true to those principles will be what guides Stoney Brook into its next 100 years. We're really just getting started. The first chapter's been written, and we will see how God writes the rest of our story.